Good morning, my fellow yogic travelers. I'm mighty glad to be alive today, and I hope that you are too, as we continue to live, laugh, love, learn, linger, and live the life we love. Conversation is intercourse for the soul is one of my main one-liners, so elevate the conversation, keep talking to each other, because whenever you use the words with capitals in them, like freedom and compassion and love, soul breaks out everywhere we go. So, yoga for me is one example of a vision of the unity of the species. It's a noble thing, and it's in service of non racist, non denominational, non sexist, non cultic, non chauvinist, non ageist. It's a world of peace and justice, and that's where cosmos comes in, which keeps chaos at bay. So if we don't want to keep repeating the era of tribal vision, and especially malignant tribalism, which doesn't recognize us, only recognizes us and them, and you can do whatever you want to them, but not to us. So to steward the vision, we have to have a kind of containment. We have to understand those crazy, grandiose ideas that made people project their own shadow onto other people. And we have to have a comprehensive new vision, a world vision, a global vision. And in that vision, we rewire our brain to create new habits that work for all. So that's the inclusiveness of what I would call the king and queen mindset, the inner ruler that has the best of the realm as its own interest, and not only its personal, narcissistic self-interest. So I appeal to everybody, regardless of your age. White hair does not an elder make. What is the role of leadership in your life? How do you step into the way you can lead and help the young who are coming after you? Even if you're in 20s, you have teenagers in single digits who are looking for a big brother or a big sister. It's not a matter of just chronologically being 50, 60, 70, and then sharing the life wisdom that you've garnered over the years. You have to empower yourself and then empower others. So yoga teaches you a kind of fusion state where you merge into the great other. And everybody has their own fantasy about what the great other is and whether or not you have to sacrifice and give up something in order to get or obtain what that is. But if you get adequate blessings, and I always say find a teacher who sees you, recognizes you, and makes you feel good about what you have to give, your spiritual presence, it'll differentiate you from your family, from your cultural heritage. And although a lot of what I'm talking about seems to be disregarded or minimalized or not supported by the cultural mainstream, even if things have been denied, or even if those symbolic forms seem to have declined recently or historically, just because it seems like the cards are stacked against us, it's not a reason to try. Right? We don't want to be doing chaplaincy on the Titanic, do we? Yeah. So you're a magician figure if you're an elder. You're understanding how you're using your insight and your life wisdom, not to exploit other people in their vulnerability, but to hold their power, to be wise and morally mature, so that you're sensitive to other people and you don't live a life where you're a blockhead. So you have to ask yourself, right, where are you asleep at the wheel? Where is your own will in conflict with your own desire? If you're going to have an inner fire that shines and burns like the sun and radiates from you as your next most radiant self, then you got to challenge yourself to transform yourself and find out by practicing the presence what is human possibility. So which masks of God reveal or conceal to you, and which one gets your attention? That's how you know which symbols carry the projection, which are operative for you in your own psyche. So I hope you find what sacred space is. Sacred space means where you melt and where there's a sense of regeneration, because when you come back from sacred space, you feel renewed, born again, because you touch the origins, you touch the beginnings, where everything stems from. That's where all creation comes from. So I hope you can all participate in the modern world, yet find the myth, the ancient myths, the symbols that live within us in our collective unconscious, while still knowing it's a myth. And remember, myth is totally false on the outside, completely true on the inside. So don't think it's just a lie. You have to penetrate the symbols and find out how it brings you back to those beautiful attributes that every human being is capable of deep down. As it says in the Gita, the body is pure, chaste, honest, nonviolent. Your speech is kind, true, beneficial. Your mind is gentle, compassionate, and silent.